Two and Soup. This is the 23rd episode. Today we'll be doing a review of Trigun, Badlands Rumble. Pretty good movie. We'll also be doing a little bit of just discussion about what we've been up to lately as far as watching anime and junk. So,
got a lot
yeah.
of this.
Yeah, got a lot to talk about. I'll just kick off the evening and just I started watching. I don't even remember the name of it. Rio. It's that one with the girl that sees the ghosts.
Oh, yeah, it's a very
Riki Roku. Some Japanese
some
name.
Funimation.
Yep, some Funimation that's completely inappropriate at times.
Funimation is always appropriate.
Yeah, but that's pretty good. I watched a couple episodes already. Had to fast forward through a couple scenes, just because Brielle was watching it with me. But pretty good. I like the whole aspect of she sees these sort of ghost, demon, ghoul things, and then it's like reflective of like who these people kind of are. So that's kind of cool. It's also very comedic with, her just trying to like kind of not pretend to see these, ghosts or whatever so that they don't actually attach onto her or something. Pretty entertaining. I watched obviously the Trigun Badlands Rumble movie. Outside of that, I haven't really been watching much. I did watch some of the episodes of Cowboy Bebop on Netflix. Actually,
the live action or the
live action. I actually think that's. I was able to watch that like back to back, whereas like with Cowboy Bebop, I'm just trying to like spoon feed myself these episodes, like the anime version. So I enjoyed it a little bit. I like the how they like kind of plug in like these, like it's like not Earth, but like they plug in these like cars and stuff that are definitely like Earth related, and like it's like obviously a space western. Like I think maybe Ketsui said that, but I think it's really cool. And maybe from watching this, I can gain a little bit more respect for the actual series. I watched half of Big Hero 6 the other day. It's kind of one of my favorites. That's not really anime, but it's animation.
Is that the one with the like the marshmallowy robot?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's kind of funny.
I just wanted to make sure my mind was right.
Yeah, I was more watching it just because I was like really interested in these little magnet things that he like kind of this character invents. Sure. And
on that note, I do like, I don't know, Ketsu, you ever watch that movie? It's a Disney movie. Big Hero 6.
Oh yeah. Yeah, with Hito, and I forget the name of the big
Hero
dude, but yeah.
Oh. Yeah. About that movie,
San Fransokyo or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that movie.
It's like it's cool. A weird combo of San Francisco and Tokyo. I was like, I like this. I was like, we should do more of this, like combine two random cities into like the same. I was like, they should do more of that. That's cool.
Yeah, I like that movie a lot actually. When it came out, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, it's a good movie. But yeah, I was like watching it because I was like, they talk about these things called ball bearing servos, which don't really exist in our reality, and I was like, trying to put together like sort of a schematic on how like those could be built. Actually, I have it kind of figured out here, but yeah,
such a nerd.
It'd be cool if I could actually make something that works similar to his little toy in the beginning, that the bot fights that he does. But anyway, That's like probably going to be like a 3-month project. But anyway, outside of that, I haven't really been watching a lot because I've been binge watching. Well, I binge watched. I didn't really binge watch anything. I watched a couple episodes here and there of Dexter New Blood, and worked on the release a lot. And yeah, that's what I've been up to. Ketsu, what's up? Oh, I'm chewing on crackers. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'll set my wheat thins aside.
You better.
Well, I just have this drink here, and it's Bombay Sapphire gin, and which is good, but I didn't have any tonic to mix it with.
Just put some water in that bad boy.
I did, but then I also put this like little lemonade mixture, and it just tastes like garbage.
Oh. Yeah. It'll get the job done though.
So you went wrong, huh? That's all right.
I mean, it's cool and refreshing, and it tastes medicinal. So, yeah. Anyway, Riggs, how about you? What have you been up to?
Oh man, just watching anime. Back to work. I was on a 13-day hiatus from work, so that was pretty cool. Really, just the last day was my only real day of vacation. The house was clear. The kids were at daycare. So I got to actually sleep in. That was really nice.
It's an expensive sleep in. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll take it.
Okay.
You know, my kids are at the age where they're monsters, so it's just.
I hear you.
I've been enjoying, as far as anime goes, I've been enjoying a lot of the new, the winter season animes that have been coming out. So I've been kind of jumping into a couple of news things. There's a couple could see an interest in. One I came across I was not having. I got like 5-10 minutes into it, and I was just like, nope, turned it off. Finished up quite a few animes. Just kind of, living the dream with anime. Just watching and watching. I am on my final book for Overlord, so I'm gonna be real sad.
Then it's gonna be done. It's done forever.
No, I'm just until the next book.
Okay.
But I'm probably like half a year out from that. I mean, it's in Japanese. Obviously, I can't read Well, not obviously. I can't read Japanese. So I got to wait for the English translation to come out. That's, it'll be a little bit. I mean, so there are 2 books past where I've read that have been for sure are kind of to come out. I don't know what the content of those are going to be. I'm well ahead of where the anime is going to be, especially season 4 that's supposed to release late this year, maybe next year. And then with that season 4, they're also dropping a movie, all content within the books. So, but I will have read past. I'm pretty sure I've read past both of those mediums. So I'm much further than probably anybody who's only seen the anime would have been. So I'll be further in the books than I have viewing for the next 2-3 years. So
yeah.
But I mean, I love the books. I think they're really well written. And then the anime definitely does it justice by keeping to that story. They don't really change much. They just kind of cut content out to make it more viewable. But
maybe they cut out all the slavery and I'm kidding.
They do.
Oh, okay.
But they do. Yeah, Overlord is not shy about the very touchy social issues. They don't give 2 shits, so they go all in on that. Been reading the Legend of the Shield Hero books. I've pretty sure I'm at the point of where the next season is going to come through. And then I was thinking about actually getting started with the Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? I think that's the name of that anime.
Didn't you watch that whole
No,
thing?
watch it. I was going to start reading the books.
Oh, yeah, that's a good anime. I like that.
One
of my favorites.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much me. I've just been kind of watching a ton of anime and playing some Souls games with my boy Ketsu down there.
Yeah, here and there whenever I'm on.
Yeah. And then just so my 3 pillars: family, anime, and video games.
There you go. There you go.
Ketsu, what about you? How you feeling? Are you on the rebound?
I'm okay. Yeah, like I mean, I'm still kind of in pain. So I mean, we obviously had a hiatus in Toon Soup, and a lot of that was just like, it was holiday season. It's winter. People are busy. People got shit going on. It's a weird time of year. But like, I ended up having COVID and was like out for 2 weeks, and like didn't go to work. And then like I couldn't come home for the holidays because of that, which sucked. So I mean, I sat around and played video games more than anything. I honestly haven't been watching anime at all, which is kind of a bummer. I miss it. I just feel like all my time's been consumed with sleeping or playing video games. And now that I'm back at work, I'm doing that. So I'm at work or sleeping or playing video games. And then just last week, was it Saturday evening or early Sunday, I slipped on some black ice and broke a rib. Dislocated my thumb. I had to pop that back into place. That didn't feel very good.
I bet.
Hurt a lot. Hurt a lot. So yeah, I don't know. I've just been sleeping. I've been hibernating, man. It's hibernation season for me.
For sure.
Cold.
Anybody watching who's not from somewhere where it gets cold in the winter, you don't know what we feel. But man,
it's
when that cold starts hitting, you're just like,
it sucks.
Snuggle up.
Yeah, like I don't want to go outside. Like, I mean, the most I'll do is I'll stop in and have a beer like after I work when I get off the train. And then it's like, no, I don't want to leave my apartment at all. Like even going to the grocery store is a chore. Like even doing laundry, I have to like climb down 3 sets of stairs in the cold to do laundry. It's like, this sucks.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I've just been held up at but I've been really busy playing video games, like, playing Souls with Riggs here, and I started playing Shin Megami Tensei 5 on my Nintendo Switch, which is really fun. And I've just been honestly watching a lot of like live action, like HBO series.
Nice.
But not much else is new. Hibernating, recovering from illness and injury, and overall just sitting on my couch a lot. Not being productive by any means, which is totally okay. It's just been a time of rest.
Yeah. I went through that when I got COVID. I started watching a lot of Baumgartner restoration videos, and then followed up by another bout of sickness.
I forgot that you got COVID. When was that again?
Well,
I in the summer or September?
No, so like September, I got sick for like 2 or 3 days. It was like very minor. And then December 19th, I contracted COVID from the people I lived with.
So this was just last month you got it too. Sure.
Yeah.
We got it at like the same time, man.
Yeah, man. So like I was like, well, whatever. Just people get sick every year. So I was fine after, I think it was like 6 days. And then I ended up having a lot of my like sinuses drain out. And then that kind of creates this like concrete gelatin in the back of my throat. And so I've been like, going through the I went through this like stage of like a week where I was just like hacking and coughing a little bit. Like it was like not like a lung issue. It was just like this junk in my throat. So
drainage.
Yeah. So I just like, I've been over that for a while, and You know, it was just a normal influenza thing for me. So
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, my wife's got 2 friends that have just tested positive for COVID. I was like, honey, everyone's going down around us. Like everyone.
Yeah.
We're the only ones.
Little hyped up
now,
if you know.
It's well, I mean, the Omicron wave is like surging throughout the United States, but if I'm not mistaken, weren't the public schools shut down up in your guys' state?
No,
because they shut down here.
Oh, really? No,
Yeah,
I don't.
All of the public schools in the city are.
At least students. I'm not aware of any in Minnesota that shut down. Not to say that there weren't. I don't think there was a mass exodus.
Yeah, there weren't like a whole lot of cases. I mean, there was.
I mean, a lot of it happened during Christmas vacation. So I mean, a lot of schools weren't really going anyway. So
I think a lot of children didn't get sick, is the case, because like it doesn't affect them as much.
Well, and it was Omicron is mild compared to like the more original
variants.
So
yeah, I mean that's what I had.
It's like
more people
wasn't
like terrible, but
yeah,
that's what they say. But it's like, how do you know unless you actually had it back in the day? You know,
right? And who's to say? Like, I mean, these other variants.
There's so many variables
around, you know. So it's hard to say.
Yeah. It's like influenza, and then I heard that they actually like are giving out the wrong variant of the flu shot, and like so anybody who's getting the flu shot this year isn't even getting like what is the most populous variant. So it's like, well, what's the point of getting the flu shot this year? Like what? Like what are you guys doing?
further, what's the point of getting any sort of shot if you don't actually get any protection from it? Because the people I live with, you know, my girlfriend, her kid, they both got sick and they're both completely vaccinated. So it's like, what the hell's the goddamn point? You know, it's like,
well, like the flu shot and the COVID shot are not preventative. They don't prevent you from getting them. They reduce the symptoms. So,
so it's like
that being said, the Omicron variant had
bullshit.
Well, that's just how.
That's bullshit, man. It's bullshit,
bro.
Okay, I'll go get a vaccine for polio, and it's like I don't just get half a fucking polio or half a polio. It's like
because that's mislabeled. Like the flu shot isn't a vaccine. It's not a vaccine. It's a.
I'm getting fired up. Let's just talk about anime. Jesus.
I like getting you fired up. Let's
get you
fired up.
You know what's funny? Your mom's. I'm
kidding. Too soon, bro.
So I told him. So I told him yesterday, Katsu.
Anyway.
You leave Riggs' mom out of this right now.
All right. She's off the table. Right. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
It's a no-win situation. Yeah. Well, let's talk about the movie. So,
can we play a trailer for it first?
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let's do this.
Let's do that.
Let's do this now.
I don't think I've actually seen a trailer. Oh, maybe way back in the day when it first came out.
You know what I've been watching a lot lately is missing persons videos. I've just been like listening to these stories as I work.
Oh my god, you sound like my wife. She's been into these like, all these like murder mysteries, crime mystery, everything. It's like she listens to this podcast of these 2 women talking. A date with Dateline. It's crazy. 50 Trigun facts you probably didn't know.
I don't know why that came up. I must have clicked on it or something. All right.
That's the trailer right there, yeah.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh damn! I didn't know Flying Dog did this. Cool.
If you're gonna keep getting in my way.
I'm the one who threw the die on this one.
When you save someone like Gasback, he just goes out there and kills more people. People like my mother.
You think the die you just tossed will turn out to be a lucky one?
I don't want you to jump into this.
Always trying to steal the spotlight.
All right, so that was a trailer there. Briggs, you want to read the plot on that one?
Well, we can just talk about it.
Sure.
So this movie takes place sometime during the series. It's kind of it's the idea of, so the universe of Trigun, I guess I should just set this premise. So this universe is actually kind of hard built via the series. So if you haven't watched the series, you might not kind of know maybe necessarily what's going on, the time period, why things are, and what importance certain things play in the series or in the film. But it's this whole world is based off of the humans interacting with or exodus scene. It's an exodus from Earth to find a new home planet. They end up crashing onto this planet, and they, instead of given the time to terraform, they ended up crashing, and that's why they have these plants. They're actually pieces from the ship that are, in essence, terraforming and giving energy, and they do other things as well. They kind of terraform, as I said, they terraform the planet around where these plants are located, on top of giving them obviously electrical. And so it's kind of set I'm always really bad with years. I mean, what was the Wild Wild West? What was that like?
It would have been like
Cowboys.
1800s, like
early 1800s,
1850s, around that era.
Even early 1900s.
Yeah, it's the turn of the century.
Yeah, it's very cowboy, cowboys and bandit
space
type.
western.
Yep. They do have, every once in a while they do have, fit in with machines like cars, but it's a rare piece of technology. It's not, they don't have cars flying around everywhere, right? So you have Vash, he's the main character, and he's kind of just this dopey dude that I think he's a romantic at heart, and he's just trying to save the world. And he saves us. Always gets his stuff caught up in whatever shenanigans are going on. He's kind of a magnet for trouble. One of the characters calls him. And so he ends up saving this guy from a robbery gone wrong, and that's where they kind of talk about, well, when you save a guy like Gasback, he's going to turn around and kill other people. So this is the whole movie is on a premise that he saved someone, and now he has to face the consequences of everything that has come from saving that person. So it's kind of like a butterfly type effect. And so that's kind of the premise of the whole movie. There's 4 main characters that are from the series. It's Vash and oh my god, I'm forgetting all the other ones. The 2 girls, the 2 insurance girls,
Nicholas Wolfwood.
And so it's those 4, but I forget the insurance girls' names.
Some Nilly or Tilly or something.
I don't know. But Yeah, so I mean that's just and so they are the only kind of carries over from the series. It takes place during the series. I'm pretty sure it kind of takes place in the second half of the series.
It was said that it takes place between the 7th and 9th episode or something like that. It's right after he meets Wolfwood, and then Wolfwood kind of disappears.
So still in the beginning. Okay.
Yeah, but it's before
the first half.
It's before he comes in contact with
his brother.
No, before the guy in the white trench coat that has like the
Wolfwood's protege, or not protege, but mentor.
No, not that guy. It's the next guy up.
I know who you're talking about.
Something Elgato or something.
Yep, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Legato.
Yep. So, okay. And then, so yeah, I mean, you don't really have to have watched the series to kind of fill in what's going on, but there is some background information that definitely helps.
Yep.
Ketsu, have you seen the Trigun series? I think Foundation you have, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
I have not. Which I mean, I guess that really doesn't bother me. Like the only thing that, like, I really liked this movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was entertaining to watch. It's charming. You have a pretty straightforward plot line. An antagonist that has like, decent roots in the plot, and like, it plays out, the way you kind of want it to, as an anime movie would go. But the only thing I was lacking was like character build or backstory for Vash or Wolfwood, which I would have understood more had I had seen the series. But everyone else is pretty straightforward, like Meryl and Millie. Like they're just
Meryl and Millie,
the girls who work for this insurance company, and like they're there on a job. And I'm sure that they have a lot more character development in the series. Again, for like this movie itself, you didn't need much more for them. Like they are what they are. But I wish I could have gotten to know the origin of like who Wolfwood is, or like what's the deal with Vash, like any history. But that you didn't get in the movie, but it's something that you do get if you watch the series. So I guess that's kind of my only criticism. Otherwise, I thought this was a really fun watch. There's some really great like art sequences with animation that I thought were a lot of fun. Like I really loved the bar scene when the fight breaks out in the bar in the earlier half of the film. And then when Gasback like starts to stampede into the town with his car and that giant blow up doll, like those, like, all the shooting and like that stuff I thought was really, really cool and like really well sequenced. So yeah, I don't know. I was surprised. I didn't know what to expect when I watched this. I thoroughly enjoyed it though, as an anime movie that is semi standalone from a series. It makes me kind of want to watch the series now.
Yeah,
to get more in depth, because I got attached to the characters. I do love this, like the world build setting. I'm as you guys are. I really am into like space cowboy and like kind of sandy, duney, post-apocalyptic humanity scenarios and bounty hunters and stuff. Yeah. So I'm super into it. I love it.
Yeah,
I loved it. I liked it a lot. Not as good as Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, but just the throwback. But that was good. No, but in all honesty, it wasn't as good as Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, I think.
Yeah, I mean that really is a standalone, truly standalone film that has really good artwork. I wish it would have been remade, remastered, and better high definition stuff. But
it's just cool because like all the stuff that we're really, it's like these movies are kind of into this in the same genre, the same realm,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and everything you said you liked about the movie is just more in the show. So if you like
like the show
of the movie, yeah. Okay. If you liked the the out of control bar fights that just break out for whatever reason. If you like the weird comedy that is Vash, it's if you liked the dueling gunfights, and just some kind of the nonsense over the top explosions and stuff that goes on, citywide battlefields. I mean, that's what the series is. It's just because Vash is labeled as the humanoid typhoon.
What does that mean?
Love that.
So he destroyed a city.
You don't want to give away too much.
And I don't want to give out, but he destroys a city called New July.
I think it was just July.
Is it just July? So the city of July. He destroys it.
So his things like humanoid typhoon is like he's just a human disaster that like wreaks havoc on people and humanity wherever he walks. Okay, that makes sense.
Which is why when in that bar scene, what was it, Millie?
Yeah.
Whatever her name was. She was like, "Oh, don't tell them who you are." And then like he's like, "I'm the humanoid typhoon, Vash Stampede."
And everyone thinks he's joking and laughs.
Yeah. Right. Because like everybody thinks he's like this like, giant. It's like the descriptions of Vash Stampede are like nobody ever has it quite right, so they don't know what to expect, and everybody expects it to be like some like giant of a man that if he looks at you you'll just die or something.
He wears a red trench coat and has a big gun, and he's a womanizer.
Yeah,
he's the worst. If you watch the first episode, it describes him, and they're
perfectly.
Like, and Millie, I forget what was the other one's name, Millie, and what was it?
Meryl.
So it's Meryl's is talking, right? And Meryl's like is describing him, and Millie's like the tall dumb one is like, is it that Vash the Stampede? Like, and she's like, no, it's a guy who wears all red, and he carries a big gun, and he's got blonde hair, and like they and yeah, if you look at him wrong, he'll end you. And it's just at the other side, it's just this guy that's just a complete joke. Like he's just can't take anything seriously, and just loves living life.
He's super skilled, but he's like
he's just a clown half the time.
He's a clown. He's just a cartoon character.
And so he's got a very interesting story. Meryl, to me, actually, I wish they would have shown a little bit more of Meryl and Millie, because Meryl, to me, has actually got a really good story to her that you learn through the series, and maybe that's the reason why, because maybe time-wise, you don't really learn more about her until later. But they're both skilled gunsmen, so it's just unfortunate, like they have the moment where they're going through town, right, the very beginning, and the one dude's hitting on her, and like the strap breaks from her big gun, falls out of her jacket, and hits the guy. That happens.
She just like picks it up.
Yeah, so that scene has literally happened, I want to say 2 or 3 times in the series. Verbatim. Some guy is like hitting on her.
So she's
like,
just jacked.
And just the strap will break. Yep, and she'll do that same thing. That the strap breaks, hits the guy's foot, crushes it. She picks it up and swings it, and they all freak out. Like it's literally happened. It's like an Easter egg of the series. Like.
Yeah.
Yep. There she is. Cool. But I mean, they're both skilled in their own right. And their whole job throughout the series is to actually follow Vash around. They just follow him around and be like, "Oh, we got to make sure he won't do anything. Got to make sure." So they just follow him around. He's constantly trying to ditch him. And at the same time, he's like hitting on women all the time, like, but he never takes it. Like he's always into the chase, but as soon as he gets it, he either acts like he's too drunk and he passed out, acts like he's sleeping, turns himself into the bad guy. Like he's into is just like into the chase. And then once the girl actually is into him, he's like, no, I'm good. And he's like, walks away. So he like, it's all he's ever in is just into the flirt and the dating. He never takes it to that, to that next level. So it's always kind of weird that he acts that way. But like he just acts like a lost puppy, and he's just always chasing women around. It's kind of funny in its own right, but
it is funny.
Yeah, and then Wolfwood is there's a lot to him and a lot to his character. Some twists and turns, but he's as well as another skilled fighter, and it explains his whole cross and his cross weapon thing.
Yeah, which was super badass. I thought that
was
dope.
You don't even see all of the badassness it has in it.
Oh,
well, it's crazy. For the most part, you see it. So he's got the machine gun, which is the primary way of doing it. Then he's got the rocket launcher, which is
it only showed those two in the film.
The only other mode he has is he slams it into the ground, and the two short sides open, and it's a bunch of handguns, and he just starts going through.
It's like 20 handguns, and it's just
so sick, so
awesome.
Yeah, so he's got a really cool, kind of interesting story to him. This movie to me is kind of like a gateway to the series, right? So if you like this movie, you're gonna like the series.
I liked it a lot, man. And like, I just looking at it online, I was surprised at the reviews that it got. Like, it actually has like really good reviews. I guess from like critics and just consumers, viewers aside, like this is a pretty well received film.
Yeah,
and I think it's because the series is so well received. Like, people like this series a lot.
Yeah, and it's they go with, so it came out well after the series had ended. So this wasn't something that came out with the series or in the middle of it. It's even artistically, it's very similar to the series, right? So I think it's just very well done. It's a very well accompaniment of the series.
Nice.
The music selection is very similar, if not maybe even use some of the same songs and music scores. Art is the same. The characters are very well the same. I think Millie and Meryl have different voice actors, to be honest, in this film, but they're very similar. It's very close. Either that or it's just an age thing. They got the original actors, but maybe they aged a little bit and their voice changed. Whenever I watch it, though, I can't help but watch Vash, because in the dubbed version, it's the voice actor is the same as Ichigo from Bleach, and so
okay, yeah.
I just sit there and I'm like, oh, it's Ichigo.
Because you have it on DVD, right, or Blu-ray or whatever.
Yep.
So you watched it dubbed, whereas I watched the sub because that's the only thing they had available on Hulu.
Yep.
It was still really good. I thought it was.
Oh yeah.
I liked it a lot. There was one thing, and I don't know if it was like a translation or if it's like really what it was called, but they kept like this like smoked like jerky meat. They called it smoked Thomas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is it called Thomas meat? What is?
It's just what they named the
Thomas?
animal.
What's Thomas?
It's an animal.
Like a huge bird, isn't it? Like a huge
ostrich? It's like an ostrich.
They just call them Thomases.
Yep, they're Thomases. Yep, they're Thomases.
I was like, what the hell are they talking about? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I like this. I like I said, I didn't know what to expect, and I was very pleasantly surprised. And it just felt good. I haven't watched anime in like seriously over a month or so, and it felt nice to just sit there for an hour and a half and like watch some goddamn anime.
Mm-hmm.
And now
this is a good one to come back to.
Series. So it's a good turn. It's a good turn on. Yeah.
Yeah. The series gets very serious towards the end. It kind of loses its comedy as the plots start thickening. But and I mean, to be honest, it's not like a spoiler or anything, but it's all evolves around his brother. So Vash,
it's a somewhat short series too. It's not like Naruto or One Piece.
Yeah, it's like. Is it 12 episodes? No, it's got to be
26 episodes.
26.
says yeah. So that's like that's like the most of the classic, like Bebop's 26 episodes, Samurai Champloo 26 episodes.
Yeah, it's very.
You have a lot of fun in between until you get to like the last 7-8 episodes, and things start to get serious and kind of melancholy almost.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, and this isn't related to the movie, but the series apparently has a Rotten Tomatoes score of a 100%.
The series does?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, I have to watch this now then.
I mean, that's crazy to me. I didn't think a series would have that. Like,
I thought that interesting. I could have sworn that Cowboy Bebop had a tomato score that high. But where can you watch Trigun? Is it on Funimation?
So it's on Funimation. It's on Hulu. I would imagine Hulu's got it subbed only. I would imagine Funimation's got them both, but I'm not 100% sure.
I watched this movie on YouTube in English dub. Yeah, I actually
rent it.
No, I included the link in the Pilled topic that I made.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So Funimation's got them in both. It's got it in both dubbed and subbed. So I don't know Hulu. I didn't bring it up, but and then and then Funimation's got the movie too.
Dude, I didn't see the movie on Funimation.
It's there. I'm looking at it right now.
You
got to change. You got to change the season drop down to movie. It's season 1, and then you drop it to movie.
You really let me down here, Riggs.
Hey, no, watch it. Watch it now. Let us.
3 minutes of ads. 3 minutes of ads.
You probably could have watched it in HD too.
Yeah, and it wasn't even in HD on Hulu. That's how fucked up this is.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I didn't watch it in HD either. So.
Well, we both suffered.
I know, right?
To an extent.
I mean, I don't know. It says audio quality, but it doesn't give me a specific details of what the quality is.
That's whatever. I'll when I'm doing chores and stuff tonight, I'll probably start watching the series so I can.
It's so good.
I can't wait to watch it. Honestly, now I'm actually pretty stoked to get into it. So thank you guys for turning me on to Trigun.
Oh yeah, Trigun is actually one of my more favorite series.
It's certainly. I feel like it's something I should watch, and I'm surprised that I know of it. I'm surprised I haven't given it the time of day in any of my years that I've been watching anime. So I'm just as surprised myself that I haven't seen it.
Now the one thing I've always been super confused about is his gun.
Yeah.
If you notice, the barrel is on the bottom of the gun, yet the trigger mechanism is still like a classic gun, so it would hit the top. So it doesn't quite make sense, how it works, but it's also a super gun that he has, so it's whatever. But it's
I actually did a 3D print of that whole gun.
Really?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
In fact, if you look at the images, where the trigger mechanism would hit, it wouldn't even be where the barrel is. The barrel is actually where the trigger mechanism rotates.
It's where
it would never hit
the revolver. So it is. I did notice that in the anime. I was like, this is drawn weird, but it's just like, that's just like the trope. But it looks the gun looks like a Taurus revolver. Like that's a famous gun that's been made, but certainly not. Doesn't.
It could be that there's a secondary firing pin. It's like the single. The trigger goes and then it actually hits another mechanism that's shaped like an L and then hits the bottom chamber.
True. Yeah.
I mean,
just imagine it. Just imagine it, Riggs.
You're wrong.
It's.
Oh, wow.
But that being said, I can't explain it because if Ketsu watches the series, then I will have ruined it for him.
No spoilers. No.
There is a moment in the series where the gun comes apart.
Yes.
I mean, it's just a inconsistency that just is what it is. There's nothing that will ever change it, because there's only 2 guns in existence, and it's just how it works.
Yeah.
No argument.
Yeah.
So,
spoiler alert: there's no tentacles.
no tentacles.
I
know that you're super
that's
into
what I
tentacles, Katsu.
I need the tentacles. I can't watch anime without tentacles.
Yeah.
What day is it?
You still haven't seen it. You still haven't watched it. You won't bring yourself to
What
do
was
it.
that movie
Oh
called?
my
City
God.
something?
Wicked City.
Wicked City.
That was a wicked, weird movie. I was like,
Yeah, it was.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, man.
Nothing beats a little bit of tentacle rape.
You know, I haven't spoken about the movie yet.
You know who directed Wicked City?
No, this movie, I haven't. What? No?
The dude who did Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. It's the same guy.
Mm-hmm. Think about it, Foundation.
Think about it, Foundation. Think about it. Just turn this dude's world upside down.
It's your movie.
That's
you
your
gotta
boy.
Support your guy. Yeah, you gotta support your man. Now watch it.
God.
You can't acknowledge a man's work without acknowledging a man's past, you know.
It's weird. It's weird because like in Vampire Hunter D there isn't any tentacle rape or anything. So
no.
Strange. Maybe that's what that movie was missing.
No. Oh man.
I don't know.
Bad
Foundation, why don't you talk about it? Talk about the movie.
Oh, we were gonna let me speak about the movie? Okay.
I mean, we were still talking about it. We were.
Oh, okay. I thought you were done talking about it.
I mean, I am done. We're out. Bye, everybody.
You're like, I don't want to say goodnight. Okay. What did I think of this movie? I thought it was really cool. I think it doesn't need to be watched, you know, in the right order. Just like, you know, some like Naruto movies don't really need to be either. But I think it would go really well if you did watch it within the actual series too. But yeah, it's really good. It's just like, you know, the series. It's just a little bit longer. What I found interesting is how similar. Like, I love Gasback. I love that character.
So dope. I thought he was so cool.
Yeah.
His design was great.
Yeah. Just huge dude. He looked.
You're
honestly,
gonna like all those characters in the series.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to just watch it. If you liked him, yeah, that's like all the bad guys.
When I saw Gasback, I immediately was like Gungrave.
Oh, sure.
Gungrave? You don't know what Gungrave is?
Can't say I'm familiar. No.
What the fuck?
I'm blowing your mind today.
Oh my god. Okay. So you gotta watch Gungrave.
That's
an
interesting.
That's more mafia style. It's a
that's
series.
That's a good in-betweener between Cowboy Bebop and Trigun, to be honest.
It's the original run, 2003 to 2004. Oh, it's a Madhouse production. Cool. I like everything that Madhouse does. Shit, I'll have to find a place to watch this. Cool, yeah. Second anime on the list.
Yep. So yeah, I was just like, oh, that's funny. So this either was done before or after Gungrave, I think before. I like the technology piece that he kind of had with it. They didn't really delve into that because he doesn't really come off as like any sort of like electrical engineer, but he would have had to be to invent this arm thing that he had.
Well, yeah, he invented like his own machine, like his own cars, his own weapon, and then like the hand, basically like electric conductor.
Yep. I don't know. I guess like, you know, there's certain characters just like I, you know, jive with some anime, and it's like I really just like Gasback because he's just like this big dude that's just like kind of like, you know, doesn't really pull his punches, and it's just kind of a general asshole. But
well, it's weird. Like as an antagonist in this movie, he didn't necessarily wrong the wrong people. Like he was just out for vengeance from these 20 years ago, these scummy dudes that he was running with, did the classic
they double crossed him.
And then he's like, all right, well, I'm going up for vengeance. What sucks is that there just happens to be like innocent victims in lieu of him getting revenge, which he's blind of, which, makes him an ignorant asshole. But in the end, like, he's still like, he had a wife and daughter. Like he was human. He's an engineer, like things that it doesn't talk about. It's like, he isn't a terrible dude. He just doesn't have his priorities straight.
Right.
And he does, messed up shit. But honestly, I thought he was a really fun, well-rounded antagonist.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
During that whole movie, Amelia, I think her name was.
Yeah.
The daughter was like, oh, she was just kind of like berating Vash the entire time for like saving his life, way back during, 20 years ago. But like the fact is if he didn't save his life, she wouldn't have been born. So that kind of comes back to this whole like sort of philosophical debate that Vash is constantly having. Is like in the series, he's prompted with, do you save the butterfly out of the spider's web, or do you let the spider that's going to eat the butterfly starve by saving that butterfly from the spider?
Yeah, he's a classic anti-hero.
Yeah. So I always like that sort of aspect of Trigun and the duality of, I gotta save this person even though they're not completely redeemable as a human being, but who knows? But he can't let them die either because it's just not in his code of ethics or whatever. I always love the gunfight scenes. Yep, go ahead.
I was gonna say his ethics, which get explained in the series, are not to kill.
Yeah,
it's not everybody needs to be saved. He lets people make their decisions and fall wherever the chips fall.
Yeah,
he doesn't believe basically in murder, right? You can't enact something to kill somebody. Like that's his whole jive. And so I would, it's on that point, it's and how I think is what his character would feel is, well, he's saving Gasback, right? He saves Gasback's life. What Gasback chooses to do, that's on him.
Yeah.
But Vash can't obviously save everybody across the world at all times.
You're right. Yeah.
He can just save the people in front of him. And then what those people that were saved decide to do moving forward, I mean, that's on them, right? So Gasback, after he was saved, I don't know, necessarily got married. I don't know. They call her the wife, but I don't know. It's not like he was ever wearing a wedding ring. He fathered a child with a woman and lived with her, and then left her to go rob more places. And that was kind of his choice. He didn't have to do that. He could have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's
once a scumbag, always a scumbag.
So the analogy of do you save the spider or do you save the butterfly? He saves the butterfly because he's just saving the life. The spider then could find something else. And
the spiders do. But...
And that's a little bit of a debated thing because he's not out there saving other animals from other animals, right? He's eating meat. It's not like he's a vegan, right?
Right.
So he understands that a death of maybe necessarily a lower life form, he understands the food chain, right?
Yeah.
So he's just saying murder is wrong, and you shouldn't do it. I mean, that's all his philosophy is. No matter what, don't kill people.
Yeah.
And he does whatever he can to avoid it.
Yeah. Yeah, That gets in his way a couple times. It's kind of like that whole Batman complex, you know?
I don't think Batman's got a problem with killing people. He's the Dark Knight.
No, Batman's like, that's the one thing he doesn't do is kill.
I mean, but is it part of his code?
Yeah.
I mean, I know he doesn't, but I don't think he's ever been like, I'm against killing.
He won't even let the Joker die. Like,
that's like one of the main.
That's one of his. Like that's Batman. Like his biggest trope.
I mean, like
Batman won't let anyone die.
But I mean, like Superman doesn't kill anybody. I mean, that's just a weird. I don't know. I don't really know if we want to get into this whole DC comic, like all these comic superheroes. Because let's be real, wouldn't it just be easier to do that? These people committed multiple murders. How are they just not being killed by the judicial system? I don't know.
But that's where Dexter comes into play.
So, but you know, so but yeah, let's Foundation just finish up your thoughts here. Sorry.
Yeah, really good movie. I love the gunfight scenes. My favorite scene was where he's kind of crawling around the barroom floor. And it's just like bullets. He's just collecting bullets from everybody, and then like they go to like shoot their guns, and there's like click, and then he's like hiding under the table, just like it's super funny. But yeah, that's a typical Trigun bar fight scene. But yeah, bowls of soup. I give it a 4 out of 5.
I'm gonna follow up with that exact number of bowls of soup. Solid 4 bowls of soup for me. I liked it.
You know, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5.
Oh
wow.
You've only done that to one film we've reviewed.
Yeah, that's right. Oh god. Let's not get it wrong. It's no Princess Mononoke.
That was no Demon City. Wait.
There's no Wicked City.
Wicked City.
Wicked
City. Okay. No, I mean, there's just nothing really wrong with it. I think it's just a very well-rounded film. I think it's got a great music score. I think the artwork is very well done. Scripting, voice acting are all done really well. Yeah, I just can't like poke holes in it. Now, really granted, I'm not coming from like Ketsu where I haven't watched the series, right? I completely understand if someone coming from the series is like, I don't really understand these characters. What's the deal with Vash? I mean, they did not introduce some aspects of Vash that could have added more confusion to the movie, where it would have been like, okay, I really don't understand what's going on here. Why did he do that? Because there are aspects of him, and there are aspects of all the characters that you really wouldn't understand if they would have even added it. So I think they skimmed just enough off of the characters to be like, oh, all these guys are friends. They kind of know each other. They gave you the history of the two girls being insurance girls. Wolfwood is kind of being this lone wolf guy that's just kind of out there to make some extra money and cash, and he's always kind of feels like he has to pay his debts. You know, a man of the word. He's a man of his word type of stuff. I have a hard time poking holes in this film. But you know, again, I'm maybe coming from, you know, just having the background of the series. So, but
I think it's fair though, and yeah, I think if I had seen this series through and through with this film, I would give it like a 4.5 up to a 5 for the sake of it. But I mean, as a standalone, I think 4 is still a really great number to give this film.
I think isn't 4 higher than you gave Vampire Hunter D?
No, I gave Vampire Hunter D a 4.
Okay. Maybe I just judged it really low.
You were all about how the definition.
I maybe even gave it a 4.5. I'd have to watch back on that recording, but I'm pretty sure I gave it a 4. I did like that.
I was just curious.
And then like the more that time goes on, and the more time I since I've watched it from then and now, it's like, oh, I appreciate that movie more and more. As
the
next time I watch it, I'm
wine.
going to be like, "Ooh, this is so good."
It's a fine wine.
Gasback and that one dude are very similar characters.
The Count. That from Vampire D, the Count, the vampire.
No, I was gonna say the Marcus brothers. There's the guy that has the beard.
Okay.
Morgoth, I think his name is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, so I think that's it. I think we recommend it. Anybody watching, give her a watch, give her a show. If you like it, watch the series.
Yeah. Do we have an idea what we think we're gonna review next?
You know what?
Wicked
Ketsu,
City 2?
Why don't you? Ooh, Wicked City. Is there a sequel to
I
Wicked?
don't think so.
No, there's not a Wicked City. There is Ninja Scroll, which is like the same, obviously the same director as Wicked City.
Yeah.
And I don't think Ninja Scroll is as tentacly or.
There's also
grotesque.
Demon City Shinjuku.
I don't like that movie. I'm telling you, that gets one bowl of soup. Don't watch it. Anyone who's watching our stream right now, that movie sucks. But everyone starts their career somewhere, I guess.
That's right.
I guess I didn't start mine with Demon City Shinjuku.
I would say Ketsu, give it a bro. I mean, I really want to do Summer Wars, but Funimation's being weird about it. So
yeah, they don't have access to it. Well, so this is the thing, because there's been a couple of movies moving past Trigun that's dead in the ground now. There's been a couple things that we've talked about even on our show, like that we want to review. Like we talked about Boy and the Beast. We've talked about doing Summer Wars. I think I've mentioned Ninja Scroll once, but then like when we did Paprika, I mentioned maybe doing Perfect Blue, which is like the predecessor of Satoshi Kon's before Paprika was released. We have some options, and I think one of those ones that we had talked about in the past, I think we should do, whether it be Summer Wars or Boy and the Beast. And if I'm not mistaken, Foundation, you watched Boy and the Beast and you loved it.
I did.
So I wouldn't be opposed.
I watched Boy and the Beast and I also loved it.
I also love it too. So maybe we should just watch that again. I'll probably buy it on my Amazon account for $10 just so I can own it, and we can review that next stream. Because I love that movie. I think we could all talk about that for an hour and have a great time.
Yeah. So
maybe we should do that. Let's do that. Let's do Boy and the Beast.
Okay.
Everybody watching this evening, tune in next stream for Boy and the Beast. If you get a chance to watch it before, come watch us talk about it and let us know what you think. Let us know if you agree or disagree.
Yeah.
Watch Trigun and just trash on it.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
See what happens.
All right, Foundation.
Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching this evening, and have a great night.
Peace.